holiday season, but it just didn't come in time. For under $100, while our supplies last, from the folks at Stanley, the tool people that we've known and trusted for 100 years, this is their new, what they call their Fat Max line. It's a 750 peak amp pro power station, which means it's powerful enough to plug a household lamp into if you've got a power outage, plug in small appliances. It can jumpstart your automobile, even from your 4 to 6 and even most 8 cylinders. Usually, to be able to have something that jumpstarts the bigger vehicles, you're looking at substantially higher prices. It has a beautiful compressor on it that gives you all the air power that you need, and it is completely 100% portable. I can't believe how light it is in weight, considering the power. And this is Howard Irvine. You and I have been doing this for a long time together.
We have.
We've seen a pretty big evolution on these power pack systems.
They get better every year.
They get, and the price on this one is right. It's under $100.
Yeah.
So where do you want to start? Because there's a lot of stuff to touch on.
There is a quick tour, because I really feel that the Stanley Fat Max has the 3 most important things you can have with you on the road when you're traveling. And that's the power to jumpstart your car if you have a dead battery. You never know when that's going to happen. It has the power to inflate your tire with a 120 psi air compressor with auto shut-off digital gauge.
Which most vehicles on the road today are going to have considerably less than 120 psi.
Right, and it has 120 volt outlets.
2 of them.
200 watts, so you're able to plug lamps, televisions, alarm clocks in, and also has 3 USBs. More USBs than ever before, because we have more things that plug into
more
them.
cell phones. I agree.
All that in a great package that's easy to carry around.
Now, by the way, he and I are throwing around this term Fat Max.
Yes.
Not trying to be, mean. Fat Max is Stanley's top of the line.
It is. Stanley's a great tool name all by itself.
Yep.
But if you're shopping and you see that name Fat Max, they reserve that for their most rugged, their most heavy duty and feature packed. So when I'm shopping, I love
That's what you look for.
But I always grab the Fat Max.
I agree. Where do you want to start? You want to go over to the car?
Yeah, let's go over to the car and
because
take a look.
It all starts with peak power. And this is 750 peak amps.
Right, and that's instant starting power. This power to get your car going right away. Now you hear that tone, Dan?
Good.
That's telling me that I have them on wrong. So you don't have to know what you're doing to do this. With jumper cables, you do. You have 50% chance you're going to get it right, and if you don't, trouble.
Okay, can I say
have
something?
One wrong.
If there is not an audible alert, and I know I'm not the majority, but I am colorblind, and there are units out there that it's a red light or a green light, and I can't tell them apart.
Right. This is letting you know it has a visual, and it also has the audible. When you hook it up correctly, it also shows you that you have a connection. Down here, I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's actually 2 little connections. If one of these is clamped on corrosion, it won't light up. When it actually has the proper connection,
great shot, guys. Thank you.
You'll see it light up. See those 2 little symbols?
Both cables.
And then the engine symbol is flashing. That means you have a good connection. You have them on correctly. There's no tone. You turn the keyless safety switch to on, and now you have that 750 peak amps of instant starting power.
Immediately go to the car.
Yep, you're not recharging the battery.
Boom, you're back on the road.
It couldn't be easier.
Now think about this. Roadside service, and there's a lot of great companies that offer, but it takes time.
It does.
And there is never a convenient time for your battery to be drained to power. It's always either late at night when you just want to go home, or it's early in the morning where your boss just wants you to get there. Right?
I was watching the news the other day. A lady called at 8. It was one of those really cold days when everybody's battery died. It was noon and they hadn't got there yet.
So now you're talking about independence, because this unit can be recharged over and over. You can jumpstart dozens of vehicles in a row.
Yes.
That's why when we're on the air with these, we have car dealerships who buy it from us. I like the air compressor.
Absolutely.
Because it's completely portable and self-contained.
It is. It has this great sure-fit hose with the sure-fit tip. It threads on, so you're not fighting with that difficult to install flip-over valve. Screws right on there. You power it up. It's now going to show you the pressure in your tire, 31.1, and you can set the pressure here, Dan, which is great, because you look inside your car door, you get the pressure on that sticker.
This one's 30,
set it,
35.
It's going to remind you, remember that, so the next day, the next week, the next year, it's always set. Turn it on, and that's the great part. Now we can walk away. It's going to inflate that tire to what I set. We have no worries that it's going to overinflate that tire. We don't have to be bending down there wondering or checking.
And you should be checking how much air pressure you've got in your tires this time of year every single time you put gasoline in your car. Because if you're running in underinflated tires, you're burning gas you don't need to, and it is a safety issue.
It is.
Those tires are the only 4 surfaces of your car that make contact with the road. That's your traction, that's your safety. This unit allows you, anybody, to be self-reliant. You don't have to wait for a good Samaritan, a secondary vehicle. it allows you to be independent, and it allows us to still continue to enjoy the better things in life. When we don't have power in our homes,
Right.
listen, if you lived in the 1800s, you're used to not having power. For us, if the power goes out for 30 minutes, we whine about it.
Right.
So this gives you all the power. This is just a mini household blender.
It is.
So I happen
You're able
to
to plug anything
know a
in
few
there.
people who might have done a tad bit of tailgating over this weekend.
Up to 200 watts. Able to plug that in there, have that power. It's doing the TV that's behind us, the lamp in front of us, the fan. It can run the fan. It can run all those things.
It's a portable wall outlet. It's also the biggest portable battery for your batteries. So look at this. If you have a 40-watt lamp and you have a power outage, we can now run that lamp for 2 solid hours without any worries whatsoever. A big 120-watt work light is powered up and fine. If you've got a 65-watt fan, think about this. You've got
Right.
dogs in the back of your car, or you're gonna do a little bit of relaxing and camping. How about your television set when the power goes out? For me, the one that really caught my attention was the 8-watt clock radio.
Right. We all have to get up and go to work.
Yes, and that's up to 12 hours of power. And then you just recharge the Stanley Fat Pack.
Yes. Speaking of recharging it, you don't need to worry about those power packs that come with a lot of rechargeable
First
items.
thing you lose.
You lose it. You can't find it when you need it. Stanley has built that right in. It's right here under this cover. Simply flip that cover up. It's just 2 prongs. So you can use the fancy orange cord, the heavy duty one, but you can use a household cord too. Plug it in. When you first get home, plug it in for 24 hours. It's fully
Okay.
charged after that. The only time you need to recharge it is every 30 days just to top it off, or
Right.
if you've used it. If you've jump started, if you've inflated, if you've powered something up, plug it in, recharge it. You can't overcharge it.
But it's not $99.85. It's disposable.
Right.
That's, you pay for the convenience of having this thing with you, and then once you use it, you charge it up for the next time, or so that you become the good Samaritan. You get the sports ball so that you can inflate things like your basketballs, your footballs,
inflate
etc.
your sports ball.
We've got it on Easy Pay. It's 6 payments. That's our most generous Easy Pay. Payments of $16.64. That price of $99.85 is only while we have inventory. Again, I was hoping we would have these in bigger quantities prior to the holidays. It didn't happen. But we are now in the throes of what are, to me, the ugliest months of the winter.
Right. Oh yeah, if batteries are going to die, now's the time
Yep.
they're going to happen. Power outages from ice storms. You want to have that power. You want to have that security, peace of mind in your car, whether it's your young kid who might not have the best car. You know, if your battery's 5 years or more older, you could be thinking it's on the last leg.
And this is one of the least expensive ways to be self-sufficient with an automobile.
Yep.
Unless
It sure is.
you've got a pretty extravagant roadside assistance program, that $99.85
Even
could
then
be
you
what
have
would you
to
pay
wait for them.
Yeah, you do.
You could
You're
be
right.
on the road in 5 minutes, and if you know how to open your hood and find your battery, just get out your FatMax and connect it. Don't worry if it's wrong or right, because it's going to tell you. Now it's telling me with that loud tone, and a symbol is showing me I have them on backwards, so I haven't heard anything. I haven't damaged the car, the battery. Most importantly, I haven't injured myself. So I switch them. Now they're on right. It's going to tell me that too with a little beep, but it's also going to show me these 2 little connectors. If I have it connected on corrosion and it looks right, but it's not, it's going to tell me by not having them. When I have an actual electrical connection, it shows me those 2 symbols there.
There it is.
I turn the keyless safety switch on, and I have 750 peak amps, so I'm ready to start that car.
Just go right into the car, turn the key like you normally turn the key, and you're back on the road.
Less
Or
than 5 minutes.
Or someone you love is back on the road. For me, my wife, I mean, she's very self-sufficient. She doesn't need me. My daughter, same situation. I want them to have something like this in their vehicle so that if they're ever in a position where they need help, it's already there for them.
We keep one in every car we own. I have 4 kids, as you know.
Yeah.
There's always flat footballs, volleyballs,
Bike
basketballs,
tires.
bike tires, and this goes anywhere you want to take it. So it goes to that lawnmower in the shed, the boat trailer behind the garage, but most importantly in your car, because when that dash light comes on or you come out of the store and your tire's deflated and sagging, it's either call roadside assistance and wait, change the tire, which is my last resort, or pop out your Stanley FatMax and inflate it. And it has that digital gauge with auto shut off, so it's safe and easy.
And now, first time I ever remember this type of power for under $100.
Yes.
Thank you, my
great.
friend. Howard,
Thank you, Dan.
always good to see you. Gabrielle is inside. We're going to talk a little bit about, well, decorating with mood.
and using candles to do so. These are from Bethlehem Lights, and it's a set of their 2 touch candles. If you haven't seen the innovation that these touch candles utilize,